Friday, the 3rd day of November 2023, here until 10 a.m. as we come to the close of the week, the final week of October, the first week of November. So we've been talking about this. Hebu jitokeze, jionyeshe, simama, mbele ya watu. Step up and shine.
That's what all that is. Just step up and shine.
Yeah, all that says basically just
Can
says.
you imagine how much is lost in language?
I know.
All that. Hebu jitokeze. Then step up and shine.
Mbele ya watu, step up and shine.
Yes.
That was a very, 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 very good ad. Very,
No,
very
but that
good
ad
jingle.
it was beautiful. That jingle was super.
Perfect jingle. Okay, anyway. So what have you been talking about? We've been talking about step up and shine.
Yes, we have.
Why?
Because the year is coming to an end, and you know how things happen when they do. And things, not just words get lost in translation, even your salary gets lost. And then you start wondering what you're going to do when it comes to January, right? So Kiwi understands this. And they've said, you know what? Let's give you a chance to be able to secure your future for January. And so walk into any supermarket where the Kiwi fantastic new labeling is available. Buy a tin of that and then look at the details under the lid. You can pop the lid. You can, like I said, if you don't believe in delayed gratification, you stay in the supermarket, pop the lid right there, and you find the code under the lid, right? Then there's another code that you will now dial, and it's *459 *5#. You'll follow the instructions, and you could win airtime. You could win data, and then you get entered into the draw where you could do what? You could win 35,000 shillings. It goes towards school fees. January made. You don't even have to worry about it because you did what? You stepped up and you did what? Shone. I was going to say shine.
You've stepped up and shined.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're joined by two ladies from Kiwi, S.E. Johnson. The first one is Lesotho Sehopolo.
It's a beautiful name.
Lesotho Sehopolo is the marketing director at S.C. Johnson, and Perry Sonjao is the customer marketing manager. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Welcome to Kenya's biggest conversation.
Great.
Say your name, please.
Must say my name. Okay. So say it with that deep radio personality. Lesotho Sehopolo.
Very good. Welcome.
Thank you very
To
much.
welcome you into this conversation, CT has the day's proverb. Every week, CT has proverbs from one country in Africa. And this week, he's chosen the Republic of
The Republic of Burundi.
Burundi.
Yes, Burundi.
Okay.
Republic.
Today's proverb, and please listen very keenly.
It is the final proverb from the country of Burundi, the Republic of Burundi. Where it is easy to pull a thorn out of someone else's skin.
It is easy to pull a thorn out of someone else's skin. Paris, you're deep in thought. You're like trying to figure out, okay,
Yes.
okay. What's your immediate interpretation of it?
Repeat again.
Okay, one more time. It is easy to pull a thorn out of someone else's skin. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
When you're asked for an interpretation, you will not be wrong. It is your interpretation.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think how I can interpret it is it's easy for you to see someone else's mistake or problem, and you're not able to see your own log or see your own problem. That's how I would interpret it.
Lesotho?
More or less same narrative, but maybe let me go opposite. Just to balance it off. It is easy to pull a thought out of someone else.
Yeah.
I think I would say the operative of what Paris has said, meaning that easier maybe to even assist or to give a hand to someone else. Opposite of what she said. Instead of seeing the negative, you see the operative of that.
It's easy to coach somebody to be better It's easy to get someone else's potential.
Correct.
Okay.
Have you ever come across people who are full of advice? You know, you have- this is how it starts.
Motivation
If you have
speakers.
this problem, not 3 steps,
Yeah.
54 steps. You just this, and when you do this, so when you ask the all eternal question, okay,
Have you done?
you've gone-
Have you done what you're telling me to do?
right.
Yeah. So how come you're not?
Yeah.
Okay. It's easy to pull a thorn out of someone else's skin.
Yes.
Okay. Kiwi. You know, all my life and all cities' life combined, Kiwi has been here.
In fact, as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
when you talk about shoe polish, you're talking
Okay.
Kiwi. Yes. So someone goes to buy shoe polish, but you never tell them to buy shoe polish. You tell them to go and buy Kiwi.
Go by Kiwi.
Yeah. Go and buy Kiwi. Yes. Synonymous.
Kabisa. It is. Tell us about Kiwi. Let's go.
Wow. I think we summarized it right. I think it's one of those brands, generation after the generation. It's been in existence. And I don't think specifically just in Kenya. I think in Africa. It's the heart of every African child had to go through, entering into school. You went it with the shoe polish up until we get into our life stages, up until we get to actually the workspace. So I think Kiwi has been there year in and year out, and it's always stood, most importantly, for supporting education and kids in school.
How many years old is Kiwi?
Kiwi is 117 years old. 117 years old. On average in Africa, it's been in Africa for about almost 70 years across African countries. Yeah.
That's long.
It's
I'm looking at you, City.
Well,
That's a long
I
time.
think it's older than me.
You know?
I tell you. But it's even older than the standard group where we are.
Imagine.
We're not doing too badly. We're 102 thereabouts. So
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
Okay. So all these years, Kiwi has, stood for something. And has that promise changed, or has there been some evolution of, we stood for shoes earlier, now we stand for leather?
I think the one, we always talk about functional and we talk about emotional. And I think with Kiwi, you cannot separate the two. It's always stood for long-lasting protection quality to protect your shoes. That is one definition that has stood the test of time. But most importantly, I think in the emotional aspect, Kiwi was always here to invest within an African child's education from the beginning. And it stood for that throughout these years and continues to actually invest in that.
You talk about a heritage with Kiwi. What would you say is the heritage then that Kiwi has been able to, build through its parent company, but then also coming in to look at how it's affected the lives, of school-going children over time?
I would say definitely in terms of bettering the lives of school children, be it education, be it social development within schools, so I think that's the one key element that Kiwi has stood for, throughout maybe looking at different campaigns throughout the years. But I think the one silver lining that it always stands for is it stands for making sure that we try to keep kids in preliminary stages of their school career. We try to keep as many kids in Africa in school as possible. So that is the one element that we stood for throughout the years.
So Step Up and Shine is what we've been talking about, and it's not the first time. It's not the first time that this campaign is on. It's not the first time that we have actually been talking about this campaign of winning school fees, Step Up and Shine, and you stand a chance of winning school fees. Paris, what is Step Up and Shine?
So the way the campaign is designed is more of fostering education. Again, the way Lesego has said. And we want students to step up. We want them to step up in their education, in their extracurricular, in whatever they're doing. And that's why you'll see in all our program, including the school program, that we normally visit them and ensure that we're providing mentorship. We are able to tell them, guys, you need to step up. You need to step up with Kiwi, of course. And part of stepping up is looking good. Looking good gives you confidence. And you tell them Kiwi will make you look good and it will make you confident. And that's why I think for the last 2 years, Step Up and Shine has been the main campaign for us. We want everyone, even not school-going kids only, even adults, we need to step up. I need to step up for you. I need to step up for your family. It's about step up, but just stepping up for ourselves. Correct.
Stand in the gap for somebody else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But why school fees?
So I think for us, the most important thing that we understand, like I say, I'm going to use the narrative of Africa in a lot of my conversations with you guys. We know that our 57%, we still have 57% literacy levels for us in Africa. And we've got the campaign running throughout sub-Saharan Africa, with East Africa, as well as in Central Africa. And that for us was to make sure that how do we assist school-going kids in terms of school uniform, in terms of fees, in terms of making sure that we keep as many kids in school as possible. So more or less making sure that we actually give back in terms of fees. We also do give in terms of the schools, renovations within the schools and assistance within the schools. So be it toilet paper, be it whatever utensils that are needed in schools, to just ensure that obviously we keep the schools running and kids go to school in the most comfortable manner ever and do not ever need to drop out simply because of monetary issues.
You've done it now for 2 years, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's look back in those 2 years. Give us some of those success stories. What has happened? What have you seen? What schools have you impacted? How many people have you impacted?
So if you look at the last campaign that actually we were here, every week we have 4 winners that are announced that win school fees. We have 42 winners every month. So that's quite a big number of students that we're giving school fees. So for instance, I can just give you one lady from Bungoma who won last time. And apparently that she actually came to the office to thank us because it's a mother and her child almost dropped out because she didn't have school fees. So I think for me that was an emotional moment for me, because sometimes you just run a campaign just to ensure that you're selling, but when a parent comes to you and says thank you, 35,000 is a lot of money for me, especially for a public school. So I feel and that's where you can see we've still taken to pay school fees this time round, because we feel like it's still people, especially with the economic condition in Kenya. Everyone is suffering. School fees is a lot. Everyone is being told to buy expensive, but the condition is quite intense for parents. So I think from an impact perspective, it's been very impactful.
When you touch somebody directly like that, when they feel, because 35,000 is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
What was the fee balance that got the child almost dropping out of school?
3,000 shilling. It was 3,000 shilling.
3,000 bob
Yes.
could have sent this child home.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And now the mother gets 35,000 shillings,
Yes.
which can do the arrears
Yes.
and pay, even clear the rest of the years that are remaining.
Correct.
35,000 is a lot of money.
Yes.
What other impact stories do you have?
So the other impact story is with the school program that we are doing. We are actually currently we've gone to 300 schools. We are giving them mentorship. We are telling them to continue doing their thing, basically education and other art thing, because I think currently everyone is. It's not about books only. You can be good with other things. So one story, because I've participated in the school program, is a student who we went with one of our manufacturing guy from the office, and the guy was talking to the kids about, you need to study, you need to ensure that you do your thing so that by in the next 4 years you can be able to now go to the next level. And one of the girls stood up and actually cried, telling us the way she had given up from an education perspective, because we are maybe let me just give you some context about the school program. We are telling the students to collect the Kiwi tins. We are telling them to collect the Kiwi tins and then make an art out of it.
Right.
And whoever wins, we are giving out prizes to the school and to the student. So the SEJ personnel was telling them, just collect the tin and then make the art. So that particular student told us, one thing that I've liked about Kiwi, you're not fostering only education. You're telling us, not books, education, not books only. You're telling us to do some art. So I'm not very strong with books, but I'm strong to do maybe some murals, some good artwork that I can be able to give to S.A. Johnson. So I think for me...
what did she make with her tins?
Some fancy, like it's a big giraffe. Yes. That it's actually now in our office.
Using just this?
Yes, correct. And the competition is quite stiff currently because everyone is coming with so many other things. They are collecting and then building fancy stuff, and we don't even know who to reward or who not to reward because they are going all out, and we love it. And we love. I think for me, art in Kenya as well is it's undermined. Yeah, it's not appreciated because if you see what they are making out of the tin, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
So for this campaign now, as we're going into these months, and the school's closed just this week, and then getting into 2 months of, where resources could dwindle significantly.
Yes.
Who is then eligible to enter into this campaign? Who can go in? Are we talking about primary, secondary? How far does it go? Who can participate?
So for this particular campaign, I think I found you talking about how to get into the campaign. It's easy. We have made it easy for everyone to be part of the campaign. So be it the primary school going children, the secondary, the parents, everyone is eligible to join in the campaign. So you just need to follow the instruction where you buy the tin. Underneath the lid, there is a code. You dial *495*5#, and then you get to win your airtime, and you get a chance to get to win the school fees weekly. Yeah.
What's automatic? The airtime.
The airtime is automatic.
As long as you have bought and you've sent this code, you'll get instant airtime or data.
Yes.
And then you also automatically get into the draw.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Does the draw is happening every week? There are 4 winners.
Yes.
If you don't win, are you rolled over into the next one?
Yes, you are.
So you basically are having a chance every week. Even if you don't win this week, as long as you bought and you participated, you still have a chance in the next draw.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. You said primary, secondary.
Yeah.
How about those in college?
And that's why yes, for sure. And that's why I've said not only the primary, the secondary, even the college, ourselves.
As long as you're paying fees.
Yes.
Even postgraduates.
Yes. I was looking at his shoes. Unfortunately, I wanted. Are you applying Kiwi on his shoes? But
he does have black shoes.
That the shoes look good.
All right.
If it's Kiwi, that makes the shoes look good. This is contrary to what you two are fermenting in your minds.
Okay, see.
Okay, CT. So then, the question is then, what happens? So when I do this business and I get my airtime and I get the data and then I'm put into the draw, what happens thereafter? If I win, what happens? How am I, communicated to, and then where does the money go? Do you give it to me because it's Christmas, there are goats to be bought? How does it go to? How do we guarantee that it will go to school fees?
Okay, cool. So you're going to be called by our agency Koge, and then you're going to be announced from as well as the winner. However, we're not going to give you the money directly. You need to give us your kid's school detail so that we send the money directly to the school to avoid. Again, you said we are going to the Christmas festival, what will happen? People might end up using the money in other ways.
Yeah.
So it's paid directly to the school. Yes.
That's fantastic. What are the chances of you winning more than once? Can you do that, or is your name once you win? Is your name then
out of the draw?
You're out of the
But I keep buying Kiwi and I cannot. If I win once, that's it.
Yes, yes,
And,
yes.
unless you buy another one and
I
you
go
enter
buy another
again.
one, I re-enter, or once my name is seen in the system, I cannot.
Yes, it's once. For each campaign, you can only win once.
Yeah.
Can I enter in the name of my children? I've got 4 kids. So this tab, I enter in the name of
Yeah.
child number
Yes,
1,
yes,
the
yes,
other one
yes.
child
Yeah.
number 2, like that.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay. Now, the school fees that I win, the 35,000 shillings.
Yeah.
And you're sending it directly to the school.
Yes.
Can it be distributed to more than one child?
Of course, that will be an arrangement that you'll need to do with the school and I think that now is personal from a relationship perspective.
As long as it's school fees and it's going
Yes.
to the school that you said this is a
Correct.
school,
Yes.
then from there on,
It's up to
you.
the
Because you
sorry,
can also
it's up to you.
decide to
split.
split this.
Yeah.
So in doing this, I mean, it's cut and dry. We're saying that here you have an opportunity to get school fees to go towards, but what specifically would you say about Kiwi that separates Kiwi from other brands, and you say this is clear? What would you say that is that people will then be able to hang on to?
I think for me, I think personally, maybe apart from the brand, I think for me, it's really the social welfare that Kiwi also has. Yes, we understand we are the number 1 brand. We are quality. We stand for really quality preservation of shoes, but most importantly, above anything else, we really are about social responsibility. We stand for that. We are entrenched in it, no matter how difficult, like Paris was saying. I mean, really, we are going through a lot of economic turbulences, but in our budget, we stand for social welfare and we stand for giving back to our communities. So that's one thing that distinguishes us from a lot of other brands. I don't even think the brands that we partake or we compete with in the category, but I think across in terms of all other brands, we definitely make sure no matter how difficult our financial situation could stand like in the business, when it comes to the social ability of giving back to communities that serve and that have been with us for so many years, that's one thing that we stand true to.
It's 7:30. Let's take a break and then we'll be back to continue this conversation shortly. We are talking about Kiwi. Step up and shine, and you stand a chance to win 35,000 shillings every week. 4 winners per week, 42 winners. These are going to be very many winners. 35,000 bob. All you need to do is go shop, buy Kiwi in this new brand look. Underneath the lead, you'll find a code. On top of the lead, you'll find instructions. Follow these instructions, insert the code, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your viewing. We'll be back shortly with Lesotho Seropolo, Marketing Director, and Paris Unjao, Customer Marketing Manager. Good morning.
Spice.
117-year-old brand, and it's still here, and it's still doing the same thing that it was doing presumably 117 years ago.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I have no one to ask. At least I can ask. 64 years ago, how was it doing, City?
I am told it was doing very well.
Right? The photos that you see of your parents,
Yes.
the shoes look like they were shining.
And Kiwi was there.
Very good.
Yeah.
We are now joined by Esther Nje here. Esther is Associate Customer Marketing at Kiwi. She's replacing Lesotho Seropolo, who stepped out, so she can come in. Esther, welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you here.
Good to be
So we've
here.
talked about this journey of how one gets to win, and why Kiwi thought about coming up with this campaign, the success stories so far. I mean, what's happened on the ground so far with this campaign, and the future now is what we need to talk about. So after this round of campaign, then what? Is there a plan?
Absolutely. Kiwi is here, and we want to continue encouraging our students to step up, our parents to step up and continue shining. So apart from the campaign, definitely when we pay school fees, we'll still have other activations in store when you come in. During back to school, you'll be able to win something. Not only just the school fees and the airtime, we'll be able to give you something. Of course, it's a surprise. We want you in the store, buy Kiwi, and we'll be able to give you some lovely items to use in school, to use in stepping up your sales and just getting better. Yes.
Looking towards sustainability of children in education, I mean, because yes, the school fees component is a factor for very, very many people, and that, like you said, Paris, that changes lives significantly.
Yeah.
But in terms of sustainable and additional, work that will be done in the lives of children, what's the plan then after this? Because obviously you're not just looking at school fees. There's a lot more that happens, and what would that be?
So apart from just the school fees, and maybe I talked about it earlier, we are also providing that mentorship to the school-going kids, because what we've realized and we have noticed recently is the school-going children, unlike us, I'm not that old. However, things have changed, and if you even go to some of the schools, because we've been visiting them, there is not discipline of looking good and just being spot on for your classes, for your education. So I think there's a lot of clutter. Can I just call it clutter? Because you remember when we were in school, every Monday your head teacher will come and look at your shoes and ensure that you polish your shoes and you're looking spot on. However, that culture has recently died, and that's what we are trying to reinforce. And that's why I'm saying over and above the just paying, we are going to the school to talk to them. Actually, currently we're just doing Nairobi, Mountain, and Lake. But now we want to expand whatever we are doing in these schools, ensuring that we're renovating the schools. We are giving them laptops, we are giving them desks, just ensuring that we're in the presence of the students, because they are 70% of our consumer, the Kiwi brand. So if we lose them, and we also lose that discipline, because looking good is part of discipline.
Yes.
I mean, if you wake up and don't just wake up and just go, you also, it means you lack discipline. So for us, it's also reinforcing that. Yeah.
What do you tell them? Because you've just said that, and I've seen the connection. There are very many motivational speakers who will tell us about the importance of what you do first when you get out of bed. Make your bed. What does that do for you during the rest of the day? So what is it? What's the importance of having a well taken care of shoe?
So when you have good grooming, there's a claim that we had previously that was saying, when your shoes shine, you also shine. Yeah. You remember viatu vyako viking'ara wang'ara pia.
David Rudisha.
Yes. So it means that you are clean, you're groomed properly, and you're ensuring that you look good. That gives you clarity in your mind. You can be able to concentrate, and just gives you makes you you
look serious.
Exactly.
You
not
look focused.
Not focused. That's the word. Not serious. Focused. Yes.
It's serious in the Kenyan way. Where uko serious?
We also don't want to sound boring.
So
It's all about focus. So what you're instilling in them is you're having these motivational talks and showing them the importance of, thinking about yourself. Proper grooming says a lot about you. Proper grooming builds you as a character and keeps you focused and gives you some level of discipline, like you said.
Yes.
Then you're also talking to them about the importance of staying in school.
Yeah.
So who is it that you take for these talks and these tours?
So, because we've started like 6 months ago, ideally, we were looking at going to the CEOs across the many FMCGs, because that's where we felt like we needed to focus. However, we were challenged from an internal perspective. We were told everyone in the AC Johnson office is a CEO on his own. So can we first finish up?
Charity begins at home.
Yes. So our HR manager, our production manager. So we have like 80 employees in SG Johnson. So we are not done with the 80, and they are going to various schools. However, the next phase, because we have already started talking with some of the CEOs to talk, and actually I like the response. They are available. They are telling us as long as it's 30 minutes, because most of the schools, they give us only 1 hour. So the mentor will only talk around 10 to 15 minutes. And most of the CEOs, most of the MDs, they have accepted our invitation to talk to the student, because everyone now needs to give back to the society. And how can you be able to do that as now a CEO? You need to talk to the students and just encourage them.
Give back.
Yeah, just give back.
Something that you mentioned earlier, Paris.
Yeah.
That in this particular school where you went and you're telling kids, just go and collect
Yes.
the empty tins
Yes.
and bring back. That brings me to the, conversation about producer responsibility
Correct.
and sustainability.
Correct.
Tell us about that. What's Kiwi doing when it comes to producer responsibility and sustainability?
So collection of the tin is part of the sustainability campaign that we are doing, because we want once you finish the tin, don't dump it anywhere, collect it. And because it's such a beauty, I think you have it there. It's such a beauty, and if you see the artwork the arts that are coming out of the tin, it's fantastic. So instead, part of the sustainability campaign is collecting them and just making sure that they make something out of it. So it's a campaign that we are over and above the selling bit. We are ensuring that at least we collect them and just do something that can be used in other ways.
So, I mean, I hear you talking about the sustainability projects and other things that are happening with children going into school. And we know that, okay, some of the things that will come out as a result of this is that school fees will be paid. We know that happens to be a thing. School fees will be paid. Yes. We know also at the same time that, children then have an opportunity to go to school later in the future. What does this guarantee for them as children? We know what it does. I mean, obviously what it does for the brand then in terms of continuity. What does it do for these children from what you've been able to see going then into, the future from a child's perspective?
So when we're able to pay school fees for the child, it means we're giving them an opportunity to get education and to be able to further their education. And that means if they're able to be educated, then they have opportunities in the job market, opportunities to be responsible people in the society, and just to grow themselves. So it's education is very critical and important part of giving to our children. Yes.
So, sorry, Sidi, go ahead.
No, please, Eric.
I insist.
Okay, if you insist. What about new markets?
But bad.
New markets. Let me explain what I mean. The Kiwi brand is known, it's effective. If I, at the age of 65, can talk about using Kiwi when I went to primary school, which was in the previous century, a really long time ago. What is it that Kiwi is doing to ensure that when you have people who have reached the age where they can use this product we refer to as Kiwi, that they will embrace it the way previous generations have? And talk to us a little bit about the diversity of products that Kiwi also has, because we talk of shoe polish. Is it only shoe polish? Or is it products that have to do with shoes? Or for all we know, maybe you even make lotions for faces and legs.
Let me take that one. So we have 3 categories of shoe polish. Which is the one that, the number one is the one that you know a lot, which is the one that's there.
This
the
one.
paste, yes. Kiwi paste, that's a paste. Kiwi paste, it's just a paste. We have another.
Like toothpaste.
Yes, it's paste.
Okay.
Yes.
Shoe paste.
Yes, where you take your brush and then you scoop and then you brush your shoe.
Yes.
We have a shoe cream. Shoe cream, it's just a cream, just the way I've said it. But then that one you take a cloth and then you wipe your shoe with it. We have a liquids, shoe liquids. Where now you take a sponge and then you just wipe your shoes. And to answer your question on what other things that we're doing, I cannot tell you currently the innovation, but things are changing. People are wearing different shoes. and as a category leader within this shoe segment, we are coming up with new innovations, and you'll be seeing them quite soon, because I can see some of you, we have sneakers, we have others wearing different kind of shoes. So eventually,
Slippers.
we want to be a brand that is known to solve everyone's shoe problem, whether it's leather, whether it's sneakers, whether it's anything. So there's some innovations that are going to be coming
There's
up.
this little detail about shoes that has recently just sprung up and is all over the place.
Yeah.
Color.
Oh,
Yeah.
I grew up when there was brown, black, full stop.
oh yeah.
You had the occasional white.
When you were growing up, there was white.
Oh yeah.
And white. I said occasionally there was
It was
white.
white.
Occasionally, yes. But brown, black. Now we have purple. We have blue. We have red.
Pink.
Pink.
Great. So we've been able to solve that problem for you and I by having a product that we call neutral. So the neutral polish can be able to polish all your colored shoes. So no problems about the red, the pink, the purple. We'll be able to take care of that. But of course, we have dark tan, we have the brown color. Mid brown,
You even have
Tony
light.
reds.
You even have light tan.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, you know, clearly.
It's well tanned.
We have like the tan. So we have variety of colors within the polish.
The reason why I ask is the moment you have shoes that have a certain color, especially the brighter variety of colors,
Yeah.
the colors tend to fade at some point.
Yes.
They do fade. So what one wonders is the color may start fading and the shoe is still good, in good repair. So are we saying that this neutral, is it a cream? Is it...
We have it in cream, we have it in polish, we have
Okay.
it in the instant wax.
Okay.
Yes.
Does it help retain the color? Does it help?
It does. It does retain the color because Kiwi is a quality product. So it maintains your shoe and you can be sure it will not lose the color. Yeah.
It restores the original look.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Okay.
What exactly is it that it does? Because, many people assume that polish is about keeping it black. What's the importance of applying polish, paste, liquid to your shoe?
It's about renewing, repairing, and maintaining the quality of your shoe. Because when you buy your shoe, the leather is in a certain form or shape. So you need to keep renewing it, to keep maintaining it, and that's what Kiwi does for you. It restores the original look of your shoe. Yeah.
So this is interesting because when we look at the brands, obviously there's a connection that has been made between how you look and then how you're able to perform, right? Because of that, instilling discipline from that very same level.
Yeah.
So now, if we look at the brand, which was originally meant to have a shine to your shoe, we're now looking at diversification in terms of what you're able to do as a result of that look. Then would you also then be looking at other things that you can then do in terms of sustainability that stems from, looking a certain way and then being able to perform a certain way? We're looking at school fees being paid. Can you see this? I mean, I know you said some things are under wraps, sure. But can you see a situation whereby, entire ecosystems, individuals, communities are affected because of something that can be done that started really from a brush and a tin of paste?
Yes, for sure. And I think when Lesego was here, she was talking about what Kiwi stands for and what we want to be known for in the society. And that's why we are reinforcing about the education. We are reinforcing about ensuring sustainability from the collection of the tins and the NPDs that are coming soon. And the way you've just said, the way things are also changing, and there's some diversification on what people are wearing, and we are moving with that current change. Only that, for instance, if you look at the students, leather is the main shoe, right?
Yep.
So we are still relevant. The brand is still relevant. We still, even if you'll say, yeah, people are wearing the sneakers, it's there, but it's growing gradually. Still, but the students are still wearing the leather shoes. Yeah.
Over the years, Paris, things change in the market.
Yeah.
So, in the recent years, also we are seeing things changing in our society. How is this impacting your marketing efforts and also your distribution efforts? For example, if you look at the profile of the consumer today,
Yeah.
would you say it's the same profile of the consumer 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 70 years ago? What are those changes, if there are any? And how does Kiwi then adjust and adapt to those?
To be honest, our consumers have been very consistent for over the years. We are talking for the last, he said 64 years. He was a student, and that's when he was using Kiwi. Currently, we're still talking to students. So from a consumer perspective, we've been very consistent that the students are our key consumers. They contribute to almost 70% of the Kiwi business. So they are very relevant and they are very important. What has changed, and because of course there's change, it's, for instance, the college students not wearing leather, and that's why from an NPD, from an innovation perspective, we are now looking into how do we also talk to the college students who are not wearing the leather. And that's what I've said, innovation is coming up soon. Yes.
There's also something else.
Yeah.
When CT was younger, the decision was made for him on what he's wearing, right? The shoe that he's wearing, the polish that he's going to buy, the school that he's going to. Today's child is a bit different.
Yeah.
They're a bit woke. They're able to influence the shoe that they want to wear, and therefore also the products that they're going to use. So how do you communicate now to this? Earlier, you'd be communicating to the parent.
Yes.
Now you have to communicate to the parent plus
The
your
child.
actual consumer.
Yes.
So how do you deal with that?
I'll just connect the same with our school program. We decided to go back to the schools. I think for the last 4-5 years, previously we had stopped, but the last 2 years now we went back to the school to talk to them, to convince them why they need to use Kiwi, to convince them why they need to polish their shoes. So I agree with you. Currently, you don't talk to the parent is benefiting from the school fees, right?
Yeah.
The parent is benefiting from the airtime. But now we want to talk to that child, to tell them to collect, to do some education, because we are also gifting them. When you go to the school program, we are talking, apart from just talking to them, there's some competition that they normally do, and then we give them. And also that mentorship for me, because the Kiwi brand is more on an emotional brand. It's creating an emotional impact to the child. So they will always remember, they came here, they did this, and then this is the outcome. So I think we are doing a good job from communicating to the children. Yeah.
How about distribution? Are you having to rethink the product placement and distribution channels?
Not really. Of course, we have the online purchases that are ongoing. And now with, once we've supplied to our channels, that's the modern trade, our distributors, then they're able to still distribute. And if people need to buy online, we have outlets like Carrefour that have their own online platform. So people are still able to still go in there and buy. Yeah, so the product availability is there. Like you can get it in your duka outside where you stay. So there's great penetration and ensuring that our product is available wherever you are. So the teen promotion that we're doing currently is a limited edition. So that's the other conversation that we need to know, that we need to buy this now. So when you go to the outlet, you need to buy this tin that's on promotion, because in the next few months the promotion is going to be over, and if you don't, you won't benefit from the promotion. So we're encouraging our listeners to please participate and get the chance to win the instant airtime, the data, and of course get a chance to get school fees so that we can be able to support our students, our children. Something else is that if you win, and maybe you're not a student, you don't even have a child that's a school-going dependent, we allow you to tell us, I have a brother I have a sister, I have someone else that can benefit from this promotion. So let's participate, let's buy Kiwi and just ensure that we give people opportunity to benefit themselves and get this education that will unlock our future. Yeah.
You said something interesting earlier when you talk about then what kids are able to then do with the tin in terms of art. So you're looking away from just the academic side of education and looking at the other areas in which, education then encompasses. So, I mean, I assume that folks have brainstorming sessions, even at SC Johnson, Monday morning, Tuesday afternoon, whatever the case may be, under the tree. So if this could be one of those, and you say, could you look at a situation whereby it's possible, whereby you'd be looking at a fund, or you'd be looking at a Kiwi scholarship, the Kiwi scholarship for the future, whereby you're able to incorporate other aspects of education to guarantee that children stay in school?
I think that's a possibility. It's actually
Brilliant
a great idea. Because we will be fostering that education that you've just talking about, and I think it's a brilliant idea you've just given me that we need to start pitching about.
She normally doesn't charge for her ideas, but today.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
A question has been asked by one of our listeners. The jingle, the song that we identify with Kiwi, has there been a consideration to perhaps change it, remix it, work with Kenyan artists, musicians to do the same?
Amazing. Yeah, that's a beautiful thought. And I think we will go and
Consider
it and think through, yeah, everyone can sing that song.
Everybody remembers that jingle.
Yeah.
And it's been a very
catchy
and powerful jingle.
very.
And easily identifiable,
There's something very pleasant about that jingle.
And just basically it tells you to do something. It's the entire jingle is a call to action.
Yes, yes.
So it tells you do something.
Yeah.
Do something. Do something. There is pride in it. So marketing team, you've been told, we want our Kiwi jingle back. We want our Kiwi jingle back.
Yeah.
So as we come to the conclusion, again, just remind us, Esther, why this and why should I participate?
When you participate in this promotion, you get a chance to win instant airtime and data after you've bought the Kiwi tin. And we remind you again, the instructions are on the tin. It says dial star 459 star 5 hash. Once you do that, you'll get into the journey, guide directing you on how to win your airtime, how to win your data, and it puts you into the draw to be able to win school fees. So let's participate. It's an amazing campaign. It's not here for long, so let's do this. And let's take advantage of this time when the kids are at home. Let's encourage them. Let's buy the polish and let our children, let's allow our children's creativity to come out. Let's take advantage of the CBC education that we are currently having and allow our kids to do the artwork. One of the schools that we went to, some students had put on earrings. Can you imagine Kiwi earrings that were amazing?
But from this?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, nice.
yes. So there's nothing that you cannot
Nice
do.
stories.
It's
Nice
awesome.
stories. Esther, thank you very much for joining us. Esther J here is Customer Marketing Associate, Paris Wanjao, Customer Marketing Manager, and earlier we had Lesejo Polo, Marketing Director for Kiwi. Keep it here for more conversations in the next hour, 8 a.m.
This is The Situation Room, the only way to start your day.